This is the new car. Welcome back. So I'm going to grab all my tools that I need, slide under there, and we'll start cutting some shit. But first, before that, I'm going to disconnect the battery so I don't light anything on fire or kill myself. I've got to find a couple wires. So we're going to find 4 wires to start off with, 2 being the reverse light or the reverse switch, and 2 being the neutral position switch. I'm going to go back on the forum and figure out which ones they are because I have forgotten. Alright, so this is what we're looking at. We've got about 5 plugs here for the loom. So what we need to find a red and yellow wire. I've already forgotten. A red and yellow and a black and green wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this conduit off to about here, pull that off, so we've got all these wires exposed. Well, not exposed, but we can see what we're working with. So I'm going to pull all this conduit off and tape like this. Oh, it's going to be so sticky under here from like the old tape. Alright, so as you can see, all that tape is now off. We've got all the wires exposed, or you can see them all. And as you can see, like the red's got some other characteristics, like they've got 2 coloured wires. There's a red and black one in one, if you know what I mean. I have found the wires that I need. So what have we got? We need a black and yellow, which is this one. So see, you got the yellow and then you turn it around and you've got the black. So that's a black and yellow wire, and we need a red and green, which is on this big plug, this one. See that? It's got the green on it and the red, and this is for the reverse light. So what we need to do is chop the 2 that we need. So we need to chop this yellow one and chop that red one. Wiring is a very daunting task. You just got to make sure that you take your time. Make sure you do it right the first time, because it will bite you in the ass for if a wire wants to come loose or it wants to come out. So yeah, just make sure you do everything properly. Take your time. You know what I mean? I do have a couple of electrical tools, so I've got some automatic strippers. So we need this one. I'm just going to do one of these. Oh, it's stuck in there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, I've just exposed the wire, ready for a female or male plug, whichever you desire. It doesn't really matter. And this one, and I'll probably cut it down to the same length just to help the OCD. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 female insulated plugs on these. The insulated ones are sick, as there's no exposed wire. Before I do that, actually, heat shrink. And I got me some heat shrink, so I'm going to put that over the wire before I put the plug on. Otherwise, you're not going to get it on. I don't know how well you can see that. And then I like to just go over it with some needle nose to make sure they're on there properly. Of course the fucking torch died. Of course. Why wouldn't... Do the same to the other one. Ah, cool. Those two are on. I don't know how much you can see because it's dark. But now we're going to find the other two wires that we need and do exactly the same to the other wires. So now we need black red and black blue. So I found black blue and black red. They're the two biggest ones on this big plug here. The most easiest ones. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to chop those off here, like so and so, and I will strip both of these. That fits. Cool, we can use that. But because these are a bit bigger wire, I don't think we can use these red connectors because they're for small wires and they just won't fit. Let's see if the blue ones will fit. What about the yellow ones? The yellow ones are the biggest ones I got, which they seem to fit fine, so I think we're gonna have to use the yellow. But this heat shrink won't fit, so we'll do the same to the other one. Alright, so the 4 wires we need for the neutral switch and the reverse switch are all done. I'm not sure on the box which one the neutral and reverse switch are. I'm not too sure. But the wires we need are there. Well, the wires I hope we need are there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all these other wires. I'm going to chop them back up here. Heat shrink them, tape them up, move them up, make sure they don't move around. Just so we don't have all this extra mess hanging around. So now that we've got the wires that we need, we can get rid of all these others. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Give it a nice haircut. Alright, so one by one, I'm going to tape those up to make sure they don't touch each other for whatever reason. You tape them up one by one, put it in a nice little bundle, and then I'll try and find a big enough bit of heat shrink and put it over the whole thing and wrap it all together. Alright, so as you can see, those two are all the wires we don't need, so I've tucked them up and heat shrinked them and done all that. And they're the ones we need, and they're the ones we need. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reconduit all this. I'm going to hide those so they can't be touched, and then we'll extend those wires on the gearbox. Alright, so we've got the gearbox, we've got these ones, well they weren't even in frame, and these ones, I don't know which one's which or which, like reverse and neutral, I don't know. I'm guessing this one's neutral maybe because of the shifter, don't know. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend these ones a little bit just so they're the same length as these, just so we can plug them in at the same point. I'll run them through there, and then have them hanging over there. So we need to extend these, and also chop these off and put, I guess we can connect into to those, but I'll chop them off and put male ends. So we're going to chop those off, extend the wire, and put a male plug onto it. So let's do that. Alright, so we've got like 2 extra wires. Strip those. But with these joiners, you just want to do half of it, or as close as down as you can, because you don't want to, like so. So we can do the one on the other side. Go ahead, do one of those and shrink it. And my dumbass forgot to put heat shrink on, which I said before. Fucking hell. Hopefully I can get it over. And I'm going to go ahead and chop these and put the male on, because I don't know how well they'll fit on there, as I won't be able to tape it or heat shrink it. So I'll go ahead and chop these off. Cool.